Hey, what's up? It's Seth with SethPerler.com. I'm glad you're here. So I talked to my students, some of my students, and I had them write on the board, what is the most frustrating thing about parents, school, and yourself? And what they said that they were most frustrated with themselves is procrastination, being lazy, distraction, laziness, procrastination, not trying my hardest, lazy, and failing. And I take issue with these things because I do not believe, knowing what I know about executive function, that my kids are lazy. I don't believe that. I honestly do not believe that. I don't believe that they're not trying their best. I don't believe they're stupid. I don't believe that they don't care. I believe that they get these messages from culture, from parents, from schools, and they're getting the message, you're not trying your hardest. You're lazy. You're too distractible. You procrastinate, which is not trying your hardest. And they're getting these messages when really they are expected to do an extraordinary amount of things. If you think about what these kids have to manage in terms of details, in terms of intensity of homework, in terms of social pressures, in terms of distractions in the world, when you think of what they have to manage, if I sound a bit angry, it is because I am, is because I am sick of seeing these kids suffer and think these horrible things about themselves. This is destructive, okay? They do not need to feel bad about themselves. They live in an extraordinarily difficult world to live in. School is extraordinarily demanding. It's often extraordinarily boring and meaningless. The way curriculum is often developed is horrible and just doesn't engage students. When you have a great teacher who engages your kid, praise that teacher up and down, thank them, buy them a $100 gift card for Christmas. I mean, engaging teachers are really powerful and important and awesome people to have in your corner. But so much of what these kids are learning is not engaging them. We're just trying to make them comply, and we're saying when you don't comply, you're lazy. When you don't comply, you're procrastinating. Well, often they're procrastinating on things that don't feel meaningful, that don't feel good. And it bugs me that they feel this way about themselves. A lot of these kids have very legitimate executive function problems, delays. I don't even know that I would call them delays. I would just say that they are where they're at with executive function, with being able to execute these tasks. But it's more complicated than you're just lazy. Their brain cannot manage all of the input and output. It is absolutely overwhelming, insane, and unreasonable a lot of the time. These kids need to have a life. So if your kid feels like they're lazy, if they're beating themselves up and they feel like a procrastinator and all this, don't shame them. Work with them on, okay, what do you need in this situation? What do you need? Do you need more time? Do you need an accommodation? Do you need a modification? Do you need to change the way you're doing things? So often we're like, it's not finished well enough, the quality is poor. Like sometimes that's okay. You have to think about this. In a 24-hour period, you have roughly 16 waking hours. And if you imagine a pie chart in that 16 waking hours, right? This is the pie chart. Sorry, my marker's not working. So you have this pie chart with your 16 waking hours, and you have energy that's taken up, physical energy. You move your body, that takes up part of your energy. Social energy, emotional energy, and mental energy, okay? How much physical energy are they using? Probably not enough. How much social energy are they using? Probably a lot, because their brains are developing in the social part of their brain is developing. It needs to. They need social interaction. How much emotional? Probably too much. These kids are so stressed out. And how much mental? Oh my gosh, think about this. How much energy they have. Let's say there's 100 points in a 16-hour waking hours of the day. They have 100 points. Well, if 25 are taken here, and 25 are taken here, and 50 are taken here, and 75 are taken here, that's more than 100%. They're tapping into their reserves. Of course they're going to be stressed. Of course they're going to be having problems. Of course they're going to have trouble managing everything. Okay? You really have to think about where is their energy being spent, and is it reasonable, and what can be done about it. This is not an easy issue. I hate to leave you with this, but you need to just consider these things and figure out what needs to be done. Advocacy, modifications, changes, dropping classes. There's all sorts of ways to look at this, but this is their life. This is their childhood. This is their adolescence. These are their formative years. Like, we want the quality of their life to be as high as humanly possible, not packed with tons of stuff that they just have to comply to. So anyhow, I hope that helps you and helps you break it down and helps you look at how you can support them in a different way. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or put a comment, and I'm happy to respond to anything. All right, be well. See you soon.